All right, I'm going on.
Definitely.
I'm moving on to the photos, physical details banned in matchmaking ads. Ooh.
Dude, you have this extreme talent of finding things that really get under my skin.
That's why we're
And I
here,
can
man.
I can tell that this is going to be one of them. Because I really kept my cool on the last one, but
Yeah.
I don't know how long that's going to last.
Well, this one actually is pretty good. It's like what the government is doing is basically banning matchmaking services from advertising their clients, but advertising with their face and information. So if somebody wants to actually, what is it, be match made? What would you say? Wants to get a
I
match
don't
or
know.
whatever?
Get a match?
Get a
Yeah.
match, they'd have to actually go to the service or go online to the service, pay the service to get into the system,
Mm,
which makes sense. It makes total sense because there are, and this is main. I think this is mainly for like the international marriages, the international matchmaking services, because
mm-hmm.
there are. I think it's like one of those unsaid things that most of the I shouldn't say most, but some of the international matchmaking services is more for like I don't want to say the word slave because that's too strong of a word, but basically selling women from not so well off countries to men in
Yeah.
Korea. Mostly that's how it goes. And so
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
basically buying a domestic slave.
Yeah.
Um, so
Which,
I think this is the government's way to sort of try and stamp that out as much as possible.
yeah. And I actually applaud them for that. I don't think that it's maybe it's taboo to talk about. I don't know, but I don't think that it's unknown at all that there are a massive amount of domestic slaves, as you call them, in South Korea, especially from Southeast Asia, and which I have to give it to the Korean government. As far as I have seen, they have put a lot of things in place to protect those women. Um, if they can get divorced and still be Korean citizens, they can receive help from the Korean government. I've actually seen a lot of pretty good things in place, and anything to protect them more, I think, is great. The first thing that comes to mind, though, is let's start doing this with job applications as well,
Mm,
because it's great that they're doing this to help um, internationals, which I don't know if that's what they're doing, but let's start helping people inside the country from a very how do I say?
biased.
Yeah,
Well,
a
for
very
people that don't know, like it is required to have your picture and all of your family's information on your resume when you apply to a company in Korea.
yeah,
Like it is
yeah.
required. I know, well, the rules have recently changed for government jobs. Like if you want to
Mm-hmm.
get a job in the public sector, they have changed it where you don't have to put your picture on anymore. But
Yeah,
I think you still have to put like basically your family's history.
yeah, yeah. So I think that it's really interesting that they're doing it with this. Um, and also, it honestly makes me think of when I did online dating, and you would I'm not saying that I'm that great to look at because I'm really not, but uh, you would meet these people online and you would see their pictures, and then I would go and meet them in person, and it was not the same. And so I think that it's well done. I think it's great.
Yeah, get the false advertising out of the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's I think in general, the society has become so I don't even know how to explain this. Just so centric on the way that people look
Mm,
and looks and how that determines so much of your success in life.
mm.
If you're beautiful, if you're pretty, if you have this certain face with certain features, I mean, you're good to go.
That's
It
why
doesn't
South
matter.
that's why South Korea is #1 in the world for plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, instead of promoting fried chicken, why aren't they promoting plastic surgery?
You.
#1.